All right. All right, it's the last day of the month. What are you doing? That's my breakfast. I have my coffee. I have my breakfast outside. And so here we go, June 30th. We worked at a comfortable pace and rest before we get tired. To remind ourselves, we check our level of energy before proceeding to our next activity. We do not get wound up in our work, so we do not have to unwind. Workaholics Tools of Recovery, Workaholics Anonymous. Pace, prioritizing, and perfectionism are words that any addict can use as a focus for a spot inventory when life starts to feel like it is too much. Prioritizing ensures a time for rest, work, and play. When new activities are added, something has to go. We don't overextend ourselves. We can't say yes to everything. Underscheduling allows ample time for each task, for travel time, and for relaxation, which means not pressuring others or getting pressured. When we feel tense or off stride, we take a few deep breaths to get grounded. Perfectionism and impatience sidetrack sober, balanced living, and they are worth understanding. Do we ever forget we are human? Do we ever forget to ask for help? Some of us are workaholics, and all of us have workaholics who impact our lives. Some of us are doubly blessed or double losers, depending on how you look at concurrent disorders. Imbalance in work can lead to other addictions. There is no making up for lost time. That's an illusion. Impatience may be part of a chaotic life that kept things way too busy for touchy-feely time. Sometimes we are rushing for arbitrary self-imposed deadlines. What's that about? If we don't have time to do it right, how do we always find time to do it over? If perfectionism or impatience pesters us in recovery, or worse yet, if we self-righteously wear our impatience or perfectionism as badges of honor, why not check in with someone about this? What makes me susceptible to work imbalance may be avoidance. Busy is a great place to hide in plain view. Do I come from a chaotic or dysfunctional background? Have I inherited naive or unrealistic expectations? Is my pace good, or am I impatient? Have I prioritized my day and left time for spontaneity? Am I a perfectionist? What does this tell me about my stage of recovery? Oh, this is good. I saw my dad be a real perfectionist in his work and an workaholic. So he was an alcoholic and a workaholic. And that ensured our financial safety, but it didn't necessarily ensure peace in the home because he was never around. And so my mom seemed to run the house. And when he got home, he was pretty tired and didn't have a whole lot of time for us. I never really thought that work would be another avenue of addiction, but it looks like anything can be another avenue of addiction. And it's true, when you work a lot, you don't really have to think about the things around you that are falling apart. And I noticed that with my dad. I think that he stayed away from the house because it made him really not have to confront who he was living with and how he was living and deal with the things that were inside the home. So And I know that as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, these were things that were happening in other people's homes. They just didn't really confront them. I know that. So it wasn't just my family. It was other families as well. It's just that we don't get proper ways of handling the different things that are happening to us from a psychological point of view or from a practical point of view. So, I mean, think about it. We'd go out and work all week, and then the demands of full-time service or service that was required 10 hours a week. I mean, 10 hours a month. 10 hours a month. That's a lot for a family that already has a lot of responsibilities and a father that's maybe taking care of 2 or 3 kids, and then a wife, and then the responsibilities of having to go out in field service and making sure that they get to all the meetings. And that right there is enough. Because then there's study time and what was required for family studies and individuals being in the family to study with. There was a lot of pressure. I just think that I know of a few friends that I've talked to that their fathers were elders. My dad was not an elder ever. He never was an elder, and he never was a ministerial servant. Neither was my husband. When we got married, he wasn't a ministerial servant when I married him. And so even then, it was always just a challenge to continue to just keep up the pace. And that didn't allow for a whole lot of, what is it called? What do they call it? Spontaneity. No way. There was no spontaneity left. We were tired. All of us were tired if we did exactly what we were told. My dad didn't do it. My mom did. So she was the one that took us out field service. And those were, I can't say that it was terrible, because I did get a chance and an opportunity to meet people. But I noticed that when we had to slow down, there was an individual in the, I think, Orange Grove congregation, and he was in a wheelchair. And he kind of took my brother under his wing, and he would take him out in field service. But we had to go slow for him. And that allowed us to get to know him better as a human being. But the pace had to go slower in order for us to be able to get to know him. And gratefully we did, right? That's how I think it is with just human beings. You can't just work all the time and get to know a human being. You have to sit down and have a cup of coffee or just enjoy a slower pace to get to know a person. And yeah. Perfectionism and impatience sidetrack sober, balanced living, and they are worth understanding. So with perfectionism and work and regular activities that you have planned throughout a day, there comes a reaction, right? We become impatient with the people that we love. I know that can happen to me. And I also, it says, sometimes we are rushing for arbitrary self-imposed deadlines. Not always self-imposed deadlines. Sometimes they're just deadlines we have to get to, right? In order for us to have the day, to accomplish the necessary activities that we need for at the end of a day. So, yeah, so under scheduling, right, allows for ample time for each task, for travel time, and for relaxation. Relaxation is really important. And then not pressuring others or getting pressured. So relaxation helps the body and the mind, and it helps you actually accomplish more so that you're not so exhausted mentally. So I like my daughter's idea of 3 things, Mom. Pick 3 things that are important to you and try and accomplish those 3 things. It's helped. It's helped a lot. And my energy level, right? I feel more relaxed throughout the day. I don't have to be so rushed. And of course, where it says there is no making up of lost time, that's an illusion. And I think that's where I think I have to let things go. There's so many things I want to learn, and probably it's not going to get all done. It's okay. I'm not going to get it all done. I hope to, but if I don't, it's okay. Life will go on. It's better to be happy than miserable and try and get it all done. And I noticed that even when I wasn't, I didn't have that mindset. I wasn't doing well. I noticed that I wasn't doing well when I didn't have that mindset. Impossible, right? If I have the mindset that I can accomplish something that is impossible throughout a day or a week or a month, it can be a little bit challenging for me to want to live with myself, or have challenging for others to live with me. So learning to deal with our imperfections, right? And our being humanity gives you just limits. We're limited in our human form. There's nothing we can do. And that's okay. I'm learning to live with that. Well, it's the last day of the month. And this was a special month for me because it was Pride Month for me. And I think it has a lot of meaning, because there was a lot of people that have died because of who they couldn't, because people couldn't accept them for who they were. I didn't want another month to go by and not really appreciate certain things that come up throughout the year. Sometimes I can do it and other times I can't, and that this month I could do it, and I was very grateful that you spent time with me. Next month I probably won't do every day, so this month was a special month. This month was a special month to me. I wanted to make sure that I did something special for Pride Month. And as a family, we got a chance to go to a couple activities. That was really wonderful. And I wanted to do this because I didn't want people to die. I think if you realize that people care and they give shout outs and they tell you how much you're important to this earth right now, it helps. I'm a mom. I would want my parent or my child to say, you're beautiful, you belong here, we love you. Don't ever think that you're not special. You're special, and we appreciate you as a human being. No matter who you love, we will love. I want you to thrive. I want you to continue your life. And as a mother, I would just want someone like that. I would want someone to tell my daughter that, or my son that, and never to think you're not valuable to the earth. So to someone here, you will be valuable, and you are valuable to me. So please stay here with us. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Give yourself 24 hours, right? And that is something I would want someone to tell my child. And sometimes we just don't. Even someone from behind the camera, right? Someone that can say that to you means a lot. So please stay, and please continue living your life the way you want, and I will be happy for you. And that's important. It's important for people to say it. And we come from a really structured life as ExJWs, and we need to say things out loud, not in an angry way sometimes, all the time, to just tell people we love them and we want them to stay here. So this month was a special month for me. I learned a lot, and so did my family, and we got an opportunity to meet people we never would have met, and we went out of our comfort zone, and it felt really good. We had a really good day. We got to have music and dancing, and I enjoyed myself. It was more of a learning experience. I wouldn't say it was like a gay pride parade. I would say it was more of it was more of a party, and then centered in one particular place, because they had They had like a theater type setup. So we got to see, you know, like a real show. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. So I hope you're well. I hope your families are doing well. I send love and abundance, or abundance of love, to you and yours. And yeah, so next month I'll take a little easier and probably do maybe 3 times a week. And yeah, that's it. It's a good month. I hope you had a good month this month. And I hope we have a good year as a whole massive world out there. And that we love each other the way we're supposed to. And be kind to each other and think about each other in a way that gives them, each of you, respect, right? That we see each other with a respectful way, in a respectful way, and treat each other kindly. That's what I hope. A bottom-up approach, right? That's how I feel. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of the day and follow your bliss and be good humans.